Assalamu alaikum, everyone. So here we are again. This is our first anniversary second show on the premium HPV conversations. And this is Amra Mubashir, and I have Sabahat with me. And we both are absolutely, it's a Friday feel for everyone, but we are absolutely excited to have this session with all of you. The first session has brought a lot of great feedback to us, and myself and Sabahat, we have been contemplating on the amazing response that we have received from each one of you. So thank you so very much. We have rolled out a program as well, Rise, and with the Rise conversation, and a lot of people have registered already. So we are very, very excited to see what kind of transformation you're looking for when you have enrolled yourself for the Rise. Now, moving on to the next segment, which is our next core value, that is Shine Bright. So Rise is more around when you start off your career. And Shine Bright is when you move from your entry level, what we say, entry level to maybe middle management. Or if you're not working in corporate, it can be anything and everything. So that's where you have the growth. So you move from the entry point towards your growth. That's where Shine Bright holds. And today we have two amazing women with us. And we have Hira Azhar with us. And Hira is the lead organizational effectiveness at Best Way Cement. We have Nadia Ehsan, and she is F&B leader at Marriott. So I welcome both of you, Hira and Nadia. We also were supposed to have Madiha Musawir with us. She is part of Coca-Cola, but Madiha couldn't join it. Her grandmother was not well. So lots of prayer for her grandmother. But we'll start off with Hira and Nadia. So Hira, if you can start off and talk about a little bit of a journey, quickly moving from Rise to Shine Bright.
Thank you so much, Amra. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. As introduced, I'm Hira Azhar, currently working as lead organizational effectiveness in Best Way Cement Limited. I started my career 11 years ago as an intern in Ufone. And from there, my HR journey started and there was no looking back for me. Just to tell a little bit about myself, I have worked in various sectors, which has been telecom, banking, IT, and currently manufacturing. I have been into various parts of HR as well. And there's a small story that I would like to share. Basically, HR was not something that I always wanted to pursue my career into. This just happened when I just found out that I was actually going for a finance profession, to be honest. Till my bachelor's, I was very sure that which career I want to pursue. But suddenly something happened, which I'll talk about later. And that's how I ended into HR. And I'm totally loving the journey of HR so far.
Great, brilliant. Nadia?
Yeah. This is Nadia Ehsan, and I have started my career before 5 years ago, and I started my career with the USAID, and I also work with the NAPRA as a government organization. Now, currently, I'm working with the Marriott, and I have done the MBA MIS, actually the Management Information System, that is data backbone. Actually, I have the craze of working with the data and playing with the data, such things, because the data is the backbone of every organization. On the basis of that, you can make the decision on such things. So it's a fun for me, actually. So I decided that every organization actually working with the data, but then I thought that why I should not join the hospitality industry, because nobody actually has the worst idea about the hospitality industry and what the data and what are they working or such things. Everyone actually has an idea that they are working only the food or such things. So that's why I joined the hospitality industry now to get in deep insight.
Great, great. And Hira, I still remember the day when you came for interview at Ufone.
Exactly.
And, we were looking for training HR executive. And we started off an amazing journey.
Exactly.
From that,
the day when you actually called me and you told me that you are offering me this position, I clearly remember that day. It's still like it just happened yesterday. It feels like
wow,
that.
wow. So that was your rise stage, right? So you were just entering into the corporate, getting on with the a telecommunications sector at that point in time, and then from there onwards, you have mashallah continued growing. So tell us a little bit about that, from the entry point to the middle point. What are some of the things that you feel have carved you out as Hira Azhar?
Okay. Um, firstly, I will go a little thoda sa aur piche. What exactly happened was I was into my BBA, and I was all convinced, as I said, that I want to do my master's and MBA in finance. And HR was not even in my books at all at that point of time. But I did an internship around about in my fourth semester in Mobilink in finance department. And that was the realization that I do like finance when it comes to studying finance, but working in a 9 to 6 job for in a finance department for me probably was not what I was looking for. Then the next decision was, okay, if it's not finance, I'm good in management. Let's go into HR now. So this is how HR actually came my way. And then I did an internship in my MBA in UPhone again. And that's where I felt, okay, this is the place I want to actually work in. And as you mentioned, Amrat, that when you called me for an interview, and I still remember the day when you actually called me, and it was Saturday. If I'm not wrong, it was 9:30 early morning somewhere, and you just told me that you are selected for that position. I still so much clearly remember that day. And I think that, you know, that little achievements that you have, okay, now I'm entering and stepping into the corporate world for the first time. When you enter as a fresh grad, obviously you don't know much about the corporate life. It's a totally new world for you. You meet people, and if you are blessed enough, you have the best bosses. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, for me, it was that case. I worked with you, with so many other people who actually trusted in me. And especially with you, I always say this to you, that the best thing was that you just trusted me and let me fly. Just do it, Hera, ho jayega, kar loge. You know, that confidence a fresh grad, if he get or she gets, it takes her or to, you know, a long way in her career. So obviously there are challenges, there are obstacles, but I think the one thing that stayed with me was just keep going, just keep moving on. From UPhone, I shifted towards a totally different field, which was consultancy. Right after 2 years, I moved into a field of consultancy, and it was a totally new experience for me. From there, I came back into the corporate world, moved into banking sector, telco and banking. Amra, you must now know how they are like two different worlds. And from banking to manufacturing, it's an entire different platform for me. But one thing is, keep going, be determined. There will be challenges, but if you are passionate enough about what you're working and you love your job, I think all those challenges, actually, you just carve your way yourself and just stay strong and keep learning. That has been my go-to for everything. Just keep learning.
Right. No, that's amazing. I think you've really hit a few things there in terms of changing the industries and sort of doing this. And Nadia, you also spoke about the data, right? That it's about the data,
Yeah.
you know, the organizational data and the analytics and everything. So tell me, in terms of your journey, what do you think that looking back, what are some of the things that have shaped your thinking, you as a person?
Sorry, the last line. What's as a person?
Yes. So what kind of experiences you think that you have taken over the years professionally that have shaped you as a person?
As a person, actually, 5 years ago, I met with Amra Mubashir in an event. There was, actually, there was an event in, it was a USAID event, and from which I got very inspired from the Amra Mubashir. And then I thought I had some discussion with you that I wanted to move ahead in my life and regarding the career, such things. So the first things that click my mind is to exhale fear to go ahead in life. Regarding the data or such things, I was actually love to play with the data or such things. Every industry has a different culture, and every industry has different usage of data or such things. So I wanted to learn that how these companies are using. Like first, my experience was the USAID and energy sector, NAPRA. So they are totally different. They are working on different things of like financial data or electricity or such things. And now I'm in the hospitality industry. They are working with like the food industry. So I wanted to learn that how the different companies are using the data or such things. So this made me motivated and keep learning, because every day there's new trend or such things. This is my motivation behind the data or such things.
That
So
is super.
different organization, different data.
That is super, because a lot of times this is, I think, one of the myths that says that, you know, girls cannot go behind the Excel sheets and do the Excel
Yeah,
analytics and
exactly.
stuff.
Yeah.
Do you face any kind of that
This is
barrier?
a,
You?
Yeah, exactly. I face such things in my career, so that the girls cannot make decision on the basis of data or analysis or such things. Statistics thinking that those are not used to. They just can sit at the corner or work on the papers or such things on computer, or just make a meeting points or such things. But this is not the actually case in my scenario. My colleagues are very supportive, and they appreciated me on which the things I was working on, like the data or technical things. That is totally different. This is the what motivation I got also from my colleague, because they always appreciate me on what I'm doing, and this keep me going and learning more in about the organization, about the culture, because the organization I'm working in, the industry I'm working, is actually the male dominated organization, in which there are not many females. So these things I can understand, that how the being a female and being a technical leader or thinking or making decision on the basis of data or such things, how can it can help you to make decisions and let you grow among the males dominated industries. So this keep me motivated, being a female, being a leader in a department or the organization, to help me grow.
This is fantastic. I think this is really a great point that you've raised, that being in a male dominated industry, and
Yeah.
then talking about data and being analytical, having an analytical approach, have you faced any kind of experience that you would like to share, that with this positivity that you have, that you're saying that you kept going and you had a positive environment, but do you have a failure that you can share with us, and something that you have learned out of it?
Actually, as discussed, there are the male dominated industry, right? So this is sometime I had a failure in this industry also, like being a female is there's no opportunities for some time to grow, right? But there are some, I'm Alhamdulillah blessed to be in the organization where I'm working. There are some policies for the females, right? So they are let you grow. So I have one time decision that I was so fair that I cannot grow in my life anymore. The position and the place I'm sitting is, I will stuck here. But then I started some coaching or such things to let me grow, so that I can exhale this fear, such things. So this helped me a lot, because I had a session with you actually, Amra. You remember this? And I had a lot of discussion along our sitting with you, that I cannot grow, I cannot, I think I should leave this or such things. But this the one word you said, exhale the fear, and courage is the meaning of the exhale fear. So this helped me let me grow.
Thank you so much, Nadia. I always believe that
Mm.
everyone has their a very strong light on, in them. It's just about how do we keep
Yeah,
shining with light. So
yeah, exactly.
it's a great anecdote, and thank you for sharing your story with us as well. So talking about the coaching, or talking about the people around you, the kind of environment that you get, right? That also defines our journey. And
Yeah,
Hira,
exactly.
that's a question for you, that in your career trajectory, do you think that how much other people have influenced the projection of your career, in terms of making that skill set, and and talk about adversities also, that there's one thing which is like having a great environment around you, but then there is adversity as well. So what do you think, that from an entry point, from some women, and the women who are hearing us today, and the men as well, that from the rise point in order to shine bright, from how do you face that adversity, or how do you take people alongside yourself?
Okay, I think I have been blessed, Amra, when it comes to people being an obstacle, or maybe creating a very challenging environment for me. Since the start of my career till now, it has been 11 years, and Alhamdulillah, I have always been blessed with a great working environment when it comes to bosses, when it comes to my own team, when it comes to colleagues. Having said so, there will always be a set of people who will not be very happy of how you're progressing. It can be anyone. It can be your boss, it can be your colleagues, it can be anyone. But I think one thing is how you deal with it. you need to ignore all those noises, and you just need to focus that, okay, this is my goal, and I'm not letting them get to me, or I'm not letting this make me low or weaken my life, because eventually it's your own life. But if I talk about the person I am today, I still feel when you always say that it's from rise to shine, and I think the real journey actually starts after 10 years of your career, because shuru ke 10 saal you're just struggling, you're just making your own path, you're trying to find out what path you want to do, what field you want to actually pursue in, whatever field are you in. After 10 years, it's actually where you have made a little place for yourself in that corporate world. People start knowing you, and now it's the time when you need to actually stand up and shine. That transition that suddenly happens from rise to shine, that brings a lot of responsibility. It brings a lot of challenges in itself. Secondly, as you are stepping ahead in career, you are adding more responsibilities in terms of maybe you are entering into a managerial role, you are having your own team. So at that point where you need to have that, balance, that you need to be very strong, you need to now shine, and as well, you need to manage your team and be a better manager. There are a lot of things happening at the same time, I would say. So that's actually the transaction where I actually even felt the challenge. It was very smooth journey. Everything was good. One perspective could be, okay, fine, I got the manager title. It's okay. Team jo bhi kare, farak nahi padta. But now when I say I have been blessed with bosses, I have been blessed working with you, starting right away with you till now. I have had the bosses who wanted me to grow, to enhance my skills. Abhi, every discussion that I have with you, Amra, it's always about, hey, Raucha, what is the next certification you are doing? What are you trying to enhance your skills? These are the bosses that I have been working with. And Ketena, you are ultimately the product of your bosses that you have worked with, because they have a very strong role in your personality when it comes to a professional personality. Of wahi cheez you want to transfer to your juniors, because now they are at a position where you were 10 or 5 years back. So the transaction is a little challenging, but in terms of when I say the work environment or the challenges when people want to overshadow you, as such, I never had such kind of an experience. And the little bits I had, I think it was just ignore the noise and focus on your goal, because eventually your work will actually make the noise for you, and you will be successful in that.
That's a very pertinent point. And what I hear, Hira, is that a bit of sense of pressure, a bit of sense of perfectionism, in
Exactly.
order to get the work done. I think
Yeah,
that's where the transition lies. When
exactly.
you reach where you start managing people, you have teams
Yeah.
under you, then it's the act of delegation, a little bit of people leadership kicking in. So let's talk about a little bit more about Nadia. You also have a large team reporting into you at Marriott. And you've been managing a big portfolio, starting from working like a general manager, as F&B, from payroll to trainings and whatnot. So let's talk about a little bit of challenges that you think that the middle management, at a management level, you have faced, and how you have overcome that.
Actually, at the start you don't know how to manage the things. When you get in the things and you have to manage that, I have take the responsibility of these things, then you can do anything, right? So this is the main thing. Nobody can learn from the start. Everyone needs to get in to do something. So I have started just like this, that without learning or such things, I just both my hands in the things. And there are definitely, this is right, that there are so many big teams that are reporting or such things I am managing, like from their payroll or such things, for the marketing thing, from the finance things. I'm dealing with so many things there. And this the main thing is as the Hira says, that there are so many negativity or such things, but you need to just go on in your things, and you, so that you cannot actually respond to such negativity or such thing, because you want to grow in your life, right? So you have to just grow. You don't need to see that what the other people are doing, or what are you just need to see that what I am actually doing, what I'm responsible for, what what to whom I'm answerable to. These things you need to do, and what is the output and the impact of this thing, the work you are doing, on the people surrounding yourself, and on yourself, and what are the output on the organization actually. These things you need to manage actually, and you have to make the decision according to the boss. Sometimes also you have to listen to your boss. Sometimes you also have to listen to the other departments you are coordinating with. But it's difficult to manage with the organization across the departments and your boss and with yourself. So actually, this is the fight between within yourself, to whom you have to follow sometime, to whom you have to not to follow, but you have to make the decision by thinking your team according to, so that it cannot affect the people and the team and the organization surrounding yourself. Yes.
Nadia, you have made it sound so easy. Like, while you
Yeah.
were talking, you made it like, and that's where I personally feel that, um, we have been blessed by having people like you around us who have made us feel that this is doable, and you can
Yeah.
do it.
Actually, I am really blessed with the people I'm working with, because they help me to learn me grow in my life, to learn more in things that how I can do the difficult things in a short time, and how can I manage with the people, and how I can coordinate with the things like technical decisions, things like how can I manage the boss, how can I manage the team, how I can manage my other departments. So these people are really blessing for me, that how I can manage and how I can grow and shine within myself and within the company or such thing. These people are really blessing for me.
Super, super. Now, this really sort of, puts me into a thinking of a phenomena that is very much out there now, which is called personal branding.
Yeah,
And when you start your career, then of course, you're new, you're settling in, and we spoke about in the
yeah,
rise as well, that dependability and getting the skill and listening more to from others, that become a very key skill when you just start your career. But at the time that you are going towards Shine Bright, you
yeah,
got to shine in a way with which is your own light. So how do
yeah,
you take that out? How do you create your own personal brand? That becomes also a very important factor. And I remember when we were doing different projects with Hira.
yeah,
One of the project became a flagship program for Hira, where she kind of stamped it with her personal branding. That this is something that Herald does, and the whole organization knew that she's the one. And I think that's where the personal branding. So let's a little bit talk about what is personal brand. How do you create the personal brand? Is it something like too flashy? Because a lot of times women feel, like Hira was saying, that there are many a times that she said that, and like you, Naja, said that it's our work that will make us shine. And then you see your peers and your colleagues, and of course with the different kind of competitive environment that we have, that it's the work that definitely makes you shine, but then everybody needs to know that it's Nadia or Hira behind what's being done. So any experiences that you would like to elaborate to our audience who are listening to us, that what is this personal brand? What has been your experience? Is this something that you are learning, or you are still experiencing it? Nadia, we can start with you.
Actually, when I started with the USA, my first career, right? So I was working with the top management, like the decision making authority. So I was so impressed, and this was my first experience. It's like a dream job, you can say, for me, because it's a very protocol or such things. I was so fascinating environment for me. So I was working with decision making authority. So I was just observing that time to them. Because I was not making the decision, uh, not responsible for such things. So I was just observing that how they are doing, how they are making decisions, how they are working. So I started to adopt their style, the positive things, what are they doing, and what the people are actually impressing by them, how they are the working styles, their like a normal discussion, or like how they are behaving with the colleagues, like for making a relationship or such things, for building team or such things. So these things actually motivated me for making my personal brand actually. If these people has their own personal brand, so I can also make my own personal brand. So I was just adopting them, observing that how they are doing the things, because they have their own personal brand. So I decided that I have to make my own. That time I decided that I have to make my own personal brand so that people can recognize me as a Nadia, not as with my title or something, not with my organization name, just with my name as a personal brand. That time I decided that I have to create really my personal brand so that I can also motivate the other people, so I can grow with these people also and to adopt new things in my life.
And Nadia, while you were deciding that you want to have, or you were clear that you would like to have a personal brand for yourself, what were some of the values in yourself that you were thinking that these are my strengths, and with these strengths, this is how I can create my personal brand?
Actually, in I was just at the start of the career, like being a female or something. They most of the people are saying that you are just a fresh graduate, you don't know anything or such thing. You are the female, you cannot grow or such things. So at that time I decided, no, being a female is not a weakness. Actually, being a fresh graduate is not actually the weakness. Nobody can learn from the back, like you can say. Nobody can learn from the universities or such things. Everyone comes to the organization and they can learn from, because everything you can learn from your experience, not from the books or such things. Books are definitely you learn, but it's not the practical experience you can get from the organization. So that things that being a female, sometimes there was my weakness. The some people said that being a female is you cannot grow. So that things keep me motivated, that actually these people are giving me a lesson that you can grow. It's not like I cannot grow, I cannot sit back. I can grow being a female. These things was motivating me.
Super, super. So Hira, we were discussing regarding the personal brand, that when in the middle career you start creating a personal brand, and you were saying that the work itself will speak for you, but then there is
Yeah.
a stage in your career where you need to speak for yourself. How do you do that?
Okay, how do you do that? I think, Amra, I think again, I would stick to the same thing that you need to not say anything for yourself. Let your work make the noise. And it happens. Um, it has happened twice or thrice in my career when I felt, and other people were making me feel as well, that you know what, ये काम करने से कोई फायदा नहीं होगा, and trying to pull you back. Why are you trying to work so hard about this thing? You just need to ignore all those things. You are doing it because it makes you happy. It makes you feel that okay, you're being productive, and sooner or later the reward. You see, the point is we expect the reward comes from people. The reward never comes from people. It comes from Allah Ta'ala. So if you have that firm belief in yourself that the reward is going to come from Allah and not from the person who is sitting inside that cubicle, I think it makes your journey very much easy. And that has always been my mantra in life. And this is something coming from my parents very strongly. Times when I'm a human being, I will always get low about it. I will have a bad day at work. I will come home and I will have a whole huge rant with my parents. And the only thing they will tell me, my mom, dad, Allah pe bharosa. So I think if you're really working hard and you have that faith in God, you do make your own path in the corporate world, whatever it is. Secondly, uh, we were talking about personal brand. I think personal brand, it's very easy to get lost in the corporate world. There's so much happening. There's so many people. It's all about competition. It's all about promoting yourself, your visibility, and stuff like that. For that, it's very important that you know what you are deep down inside. We just get lost, and after like 10, 12, 13 years we just then realize, that hits you like a bubble. Oh, what I was actually, मैं क्या था, मैं क्या बन गई, और मुझे होना क्या था. And that's where we all lose our journey paths. So it's very important that you are growing in your career, you are stepping ahead, but try to spend some time with your own self, be it meditation, be it any kind of journaling, or just rethinking how the day was. And honestly, I have been doing this for the past many, many years, that just giving 5 minutes every day to myself. Nothing. Just look back how the day was, what good things happened, what you did bad, what you did wrong, what you need to improve, and come back as a stronger person the next day. The advantage for this was that, Amra, you know me for the past 11 years now. So I'm still the same person as I started. Might be a little different, thodi bahut cheezon mein, but the only thing that keeps you grounded is because you do not forget your roots from where you started from. And it's very important to know yourself and not get lost in the whole corporate world, competition, and everything.
I think it's amazing, amazing. So what I hear in terms of the personal brand and the values that is coming out from both of you are absolutely phenomenal. I think where you talk about faith and Nadia talk about, breaking the stereotypes, that while people were telling her that it cannot be done by a girl, she was telling herself, I can do it. It's doable. And then listening to both of you, it's such heartening to see that you guys are really taking it with a very brave and knowing your self-worth. We have a couple of comments with us, and one of the comments is around that what is the evolution in personal identity? That's a very interesting one. So how do you think that the personal identity keeps on evolving, or you think that you remain who you are? Has it changed for you? So for example, I can tell that in my professional journey, I have felt that at one point in time, I had to look at my values completely and see if the values are working for me or they stopped working for me. And one of the values in one of the organization had stopped working for me. Rather, it was working against me. And I had to kind of, maneuver my adaptability, my style to fit the need of that time. So, but I couldn't, I mean, it's like it's a, long story nonetheless. The issue here, the question is that do you think there is an evolution when it comes to personal identity?
If I go first, I think, yes, there's an evolution. You grow as a stronger, as a much mature person. But if you talk about your values, the values, they're in your hands and you need to stick by those values. I will go back again when I said that, you need to spend that time with yourself. What happens is, ek hafta guzar gaya, 2 hafte guzar gaya, life just moves on, saal, 2 saal, 3 saal. Honestly speaking, now that I'm having a conversation with you, it just feels like we are back into that UFON building and working on a project. That's how life moves. So it's very important to, just slow down and just think what's happening and why it's happening. And is it exactly what you want to do? If you are doing that, you will evolve as a stronger person, keeping those values intact. Again, fortunate enough, never had an experience where I had to go against my values, or I had to rethink whether these are against my values, or I was being told to do something which was against of my values. Again, have been very blessed to work on the people whose values and my values have been, the same. They're common. And I didn't have to change myself for that. I know it's an ideal situation that happened for me, alhamdulillah, and I hope it happens the same way as I grow ahead in my life. But so far, this has been the reality. But it's very important. I think for me, if I talk about myself personally, I have evolved as a person in a stronger way. So that would be my stance on that.
Brilliant. That's brilliant. So, all I can kind of say to you that life has its own ways of, bringing the different kind of experiences.
Oh, yes, it does.
So,
It does.
Yeah, it does. It does. Nadia. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
There was actually, yes. Here, please. Actually, there was not a time in my life that I have to ignore my values or such things. Your values are very important when you're working.
On your camera.
Okay. Is it okay? No?
No. You carry on then. It may come back.
Okay, yes, now it's working. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't think so. There was a time in my life that I have to ignore my values by working in my organization, in any organization, because in any organization you are working, you should be a strong values, right? Because people will respect you as you will pretend them that you are stronger. If you will show that I cannot do such things or I'm the weak, the people will treat you like this. So you have to be your values with the stronger values, right? You have to first respect yourself, then people will respect you. So this is what my belief is actually. So in my life that there was a time that I was thinking to quit, actually to sit back at home. Then I thought if I quit this, then I will never grow in my life, right? There are some organization or some corporate culture you have to face, and you have to figure out that where you can grow next. So these are the things that help me keep me stronger and motivated, that no, I have to go ahead. There are, and the values are such things that you have to keep with yourself, so that people can respect you with the, and you can respect people. Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's brilliant. And I think you guys are far more mature. You're absolutely far more mature than, at the stage of the Shine Bright. If I look back, I think I wasn't thinking about this, Hira, for sure. Working with you in back in those days, absolutely, I never thought about these things.
I think
And
again, I would say that, you know, in my case, I would say that although I have moved like companies to companies, switched industries to industries, but I always try to be in touch with all my bosses. Um, I have been in touch with you. I have been in touch with a lot of bosses. What happens is that way that, when you talk, when you share, you learn from their own experiences as well. I think every time I meet you, Amra, or I meet anyone else who is senior to me, there's something, a learning for me in it. Okay, this is something that they have learned from their life, and for me, it's important that मैं 10 साल बाद जाके वो चीज़ ना सीखूं, मैं अभी वो चीज़ अपने ऊपर apply कर सकती हूँ. So it's very important that the network you have around, the people you're surrounded with, who are, equally happy when it comes to your success, who are there to motivate you when you're having a very low day at work. It happens with everyone. We all have our ups and downs. There's no like ever shiny day at work. So it's very important the network and the circle and how connected are you with them. That actually I think helps you to learn. So I don't take any credit for this. I give it to you all for that.
all right, okay. So let's, as you said, that there are some rainy days, good and bad days. So tell me, and we have a question here as well regarding tips for dealing with failure in professional and personal life.
The best tip I can actually give to everyone, and I have been giving, is keep going. While I was working in consultancy, consultancy is a very different world. It's not 9 to 6 ki job. It's not like, you're just doing something. It's about getting in the business. It's about developing your own self in the market. And it's a very huge expectation set up from the consultancy world. I did have my challenges over there in terms of, there was a point where I didn't know what 9 to 6 meant. There was a time I was working maybe 18 hours straight. And there was a point where my parents even felt like you need to go back to the corporate world because, working for 18 hours or so long, because that was, a phase of my life because I was a complete workaholic. It's not actually getting anything good out of you. But the point is, I was doing it because I was enjoying it. I wasn't doing it because of the reward that would come my way. And I always say one thing, that keep going. You will be able to connect the dots of your life. As Steve Jobs said, you will be able to connect the dots of your life when you go on and look backwards to it. And today, although I still say consultancy was the toughest experience of my entire 11 years journey, but that specific 2.5 years taught me a lot of things. A lot of things. It opened to an entirely new world. I am able to apply those things in today in my even current job, whether it comes to software, whether it comes to automation of systems, because now we are living in a digital world. And I actually look back and I say that thank God that I didn't quit at that point of time, because that learning, I was learning out of it. So just, take back the learnings, stay strong, have a very strong network, whether it's your friends, whether it's your siblings, parents, your professional network, where you're able to share what's actually, hampering inside you, and just keep going, because sooner or later you will be able to connect all the dots that were happening in your life. So keep going is my mantra.
How old are you, Hira?
34.
Are you like 50 plus?
No, 34. I just
what are you talking about, girl? I need to learn from you.
No, I have learned all from you guys. Thank you for that. This is not coming from me. This is coming from all the learnings that I had in life.
So you've been very, very humble, Hira. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. G. Najia.
Yeah, I
What
believe that
failures in personal
actually, yes. Whenever I had the failure in my life, like from I told you before, nobody knows everything in your life, right? You have to learn and grow. I always said, whenever I had a failure in my life, I always had a curiosity on the second side, that if this thing failed me, then what I can do to improve myself, and what I can do to improve the situation or the people. So what I always had a good relationship, sometimes with my boss, sometimes with my peers, to discuss the face-to-face discussion. And when I come back to home, I always start to learn like from the internet or do some courses so that I can improve myself, so I can overcome this failure. So next day I go back to the work, and so I start working again on that project or such things, or dealing with the boss or dealing with the other departments. So this thing helped me to improve myself, to learn if you have some failure, some weakness, to learn these things, like from the course, or like from the peer, or like from the boss, or you have should have some mentor to help you grow. This is the things that help me to improve my failure or to help me grow.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. This is brilliant. And what I hear from both of you is that environment, having the right network around you, having some mentors, having the people as a support network to go to, even if you're having a bad day, that makes it very easier to face the failures. And also, I would say that at the time of Shine Bright, are you thinking of that? How come if the situation changes around you? How come? How about that? And we have a comment as well on this one. That how about that if your team, your family, your customers that you're serving, they're not very supportive and not letting you go on. Or sometimes, as I share my experience, that your organizational value does not go with your value. Have you come across any particular situation like that, or you preparing, or you thinking about this kind of a situation?
Yes, sometimes it happens in your work that where you cannot coordinate or work with the peers or such things. That situation, that time you don't need to react on that situation or to that person, right? So you need to give yourself a time. You need to be calm down so that you can take or make a decision. You don't need to make a decision on take action on the spot. So it needs you a time also to make, and so that the people in the situation can become positive or become calm. So that's time you need to be also calm down so that you can improve the situation and yourself also.
Arya, I'm so impressed with your emotional maturity. Absolutely impressive.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I
Kira,
think
would
to
you like
answer,
to add something?
yes, exactly. I totally second what Nadia said, that reacting immediately is not the solution. You're just gonna, make it worse for yourself and for the other person. Usually what I do is I go into my own zone at that point of time. If something of that sort has happened, it hasn't happened to a way bigger intensity, to be very honest, when I have to make a decision, like it's a do or die for me. It hasn't happened that way, alhamdulillah. But the best thing is just zone out for some time. Think about it, analyze about it. There is a possibility maybe you're not able to understand where the other person is coming from. But then try to talk it out, communicate. And if it still doesn't work, then you need to, figure it out how better you can communicate with the other person. But it's not necessary at times that you always communicate as well. At times, the silence is the best answer at times. So you just need to deal accordingly.
Lovely. That's
Yes,
absolutely
because
amazing.
that time, yeah, because that time you don't know what the next person is going on. Maybe if he said something or the situation become wrong, there is a reason that the next person can be going through bad time also. So you need to understand also that situation. So that's why you need to be calm down. You don't need to take action immediately at that time.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's where the self-awareness and awareness about others really
Yes.
helps us, right? So now that you have achieved, uh, you have that stamp on you, you're working and you're growing and you're thriving in your careers. आगे क्या है?
Actually, this
Amra,
is also the
yeah,
yes.
go
Hira,
first.
please.
No, go
No,
first, go
Hira,
first.
please. Yes, Arthur.
Go first.
Ac-
Come on.
Actually, I really wanted to be a something on like as you said in the start, to be a GM, right? So I want to be being a female in this hospitality industry. as a leader, like a GM, something I want to be. Because now so far I did not see so many females or any females to be at that position. So I really want to motivate other people also. So, and I really want to give back to the society also. This is my motivation and goal to give back to society.
Lovely, lovely, Najia. More power to you.
Thank you.
I think I'll take it forward from here, what exactly Nadia said. Amra, I still feel it's just the start, to be very honest. कहते हैं ना अभी तो ट्रेलर था 10 साल या 11 साल की journey. The actual journey actually starts from here. And it's the time when you can give it back to the juniors that who are working with you. Jo Sikha, you can transfer it to them. You need to further learn because as I said, the real journey starts from here. And there's a long, long way that I see in my career, which I need to do, which I need to achieve. So I think, 10-20 saal I am just working. I just see myself as working and just learning every day and trying to be a better version of myself. But right now it's just like, picture abhi shuru hui hai. That's what I tell myself here. The picture has actually started now. Then it's a long way to go.
Wow, super, super. Yes, Sarah, I hear you. So some people are the ones like you who would like to enjoy the journey and become the best version of themselves. And Nadia, for you, I think it's always amazing to have a vision whereby you have set your target and you have a goal to follow and a dream to pursue. So it's absolutely both of the views and perspectives are equally respectable, and I wish you the best, absolutely the best in your goals and ambitions. So Sabat, I think it's time for us to kind of, start going around and taking some any comments or anything here and there. So Sabat, what do you say?
Yes, I would say, yeah, I think we have a great session going on, and I was thinking, what is the new generation thinking, and where was I when I was doing it? मेरा ख्याल है yeah, बच्चों, तो you made us feel like we were doing it all wrong.
Come on, don't make us embarrassed now because
I was thinking, hey, let's go back, correct some of the questions.
Actually, you guys are motivating us. That's why.
Yeah, if you are thinking that how Amra and Sabat have made it so far, I can tell you that you are far ahead. You'll go far ahead.
You'll go far ahead. Yes, I can assure you that. And one thing I really am feeling I should go back and correct so much of the reactions and the responses. And probably now I can feel how there was a feeling when I was reacting. I truly am. It's a very humbling experience, I must say. But one thing is very, very good that I'm hearing a lot of positivity, and I'm hearing that now that you are at where you are, I see a lot of positivity for moving ahead, which is something that's what makes you shine bright. And I'm really happy to see that you're not going alone. You both of you have Najiha has a very clear goal, but still with that clear goal, there is a purpose behind that as well. There is a value she's carrying very close to her heart that she wants to replicate. And Najiha, I'm eyeing you for the replication of her bright beginning as well. And Hira has a very internalized value which she is ready to share, and that's what shining bright is, that you shine because you want to create light around. It's not that you want to shine in your own capacity only and you don't want to share your light. Shining bright, you shine bright and brighter as you share your light with others. And that's absolutely positive that I'm hearing. I'm so proud of both of you. I must share, I'm so proud of both of you. And this is something that is very clear and loud, that there's so much positivity. Amra, I think we have one or two people from Hira's team as well. Let's hear
yes, yes. Hira, you have Danyal?
Yes, I have Daniel. Daniel, are you there?
जी.
All right. Daniel, आपसे थोड़ी गपशप करते हैं. So Daniel, so your experience, with Hira. If I ask you that maybe, three things or three words
Three.
that you would say about Hira, what will be those three words? Rapid fire.
Okay. Exceptional,
Okay.
leadership skills,
Okay.
and the understanding.
That's superb.
Well, let me
That's
tell you, the
awesome.
appraisals are right at the corner. That's why he's saying it all. Trust me. Daniel,
There is
one
Appraisal.
thing I give the hardest time to Daniel. Appraisals are right at the corner. That's why he's telling me.
नहीं,
That's also something that is really very interesting because अगर आपको आपका team member जो है वो appraisal के वक्त भी कोई खास lift ना करा रहे हो तो you are doomed actually.
Daniel,
नहीं, नहीं,
I got you there.
नहीं, on a serious note, मुझे appraisals की इतनी tension है. I have like least tension about appraisals. The thing which matters to me is like your relationship with your colleagues, especially with your line manager and your team. It should be good enough because they are the one you are learning from, and they are the one that I will be representing in my future job. Because the values that are coming in from them are important.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Thank you very much for
You're
sharing
welcome.
that. And Hira,
You're
you
welcome.
have another team member as well here, right? You're one of your colleagues.
So I
here
lost
as
her
well.
actually. There were two more. I think they couldn't connect.
No worries, no worries.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So we have very good comments on our Facebook page. People are saying all the best to all the amazing ladies that we have with us today. Sabat, would you like to add something more to it before we say bye to our audience?
Yeah, I think very importantly, when this is just at this stage of your career, and I say that to everyone, regardless of your age, your gender, your position in the hierarchy, rise and shine bright are not mutually exclusive. You keep rising, you keep shining, and the only difference that different stages of the career is that you start alone, but then you make your network, and you are, as they say, that your net worth is your network. What networking is not about going around and sharing your cards, and because by the time you become middle management, you start having your cards as well, and that's such a Pakistani thing to have actually. I enjoyed having my first visiting card, and I was so happy. I can tell you that. Yes, there's such a Pakistani thing to have a visiting card by such a certain stage. That's not networking. Networking is bringing in making your circle. And that circle is your circle of values that you share with people and the teams that you bring in, and your conscious effort in increasing and creating a bigger circle than that, and then a bigger circle, and then a bigger circle, which actually makes you shine bright and brighter and brighter. And what happens is that you, at this stage where you are connecting upwards and downwards and parallels and horizontal, all of these shine actually start lighting more candle. And Aisha has put it very beautifully: the candle loses nothing by lighting another candles. And that's absolutely how you brightly shine. And I think with this session we have unfolded two very humble people's journey, who are not bragging about themselves. It's such a good feeling. I have seen a lot of people saying and hiding their failures, but these two very bright ladies are sharing how they felt, how they kept shining, how they kept their positivity. And I think I feel, again, I think I will keep repeating it. I'm in a very good company. I am really in a very good company.
No, absolutely. I think I totally resonate with what you said, Sawat. Both Hira and Najia have very different personalities, two very different people coming from different backgrounds, education, working in different industries. but how amazingly they are, covering their journey with such ease and comfort, and feeling so grounded and humbled through their experiences. It was absolutely a pleasure, Nadia and Hira, to have you here in Shine Bright session on HPB first anniversary. And we hope that you will put your light more on us more frequently, and keep shining more brightly, and remain who you are. I think one of my message would be remain who you are. Life will come, you will reach places, a lot will come your way. Remaining true to your core and remaining who you are really takes you a long way. So with that note, any final comments from Nadia and Hira?
Yes,
Thank you
yes.
so much, Sabahat and Amra, for having us over here. It feels great. When I started my career with Amra, that was my first job, by the way. I think I skipped that part of it. That was my first job, first interview I went for, which was with Amra. So she has actually seen me growing throughout the years. And having this session with you both was amazing. And thank you for letting us share our stories with people who are listening to us today. And my only message to everyone who is listening to us is just keep breaking your comfort zone, just keep learning, and just remember who you are and from where you started from. I think that's the trick, and that's the only solution to every problem that you face in the corporate world or even in the real world itself. So thank you so much, guys, for having us.
You're most welcome.
Thank you so much, Amra and Sabahat, for giving us actually this platform also to sharing our experience, and to separate the positivity among the other people also. And the one thing that I will share with the people also, that let your courage eliminate your, or you can see the finish your fear. Like, if you are fear, you cannot do anything. You need to have courage. This is the opposite of the fear, that you can help you to grow in your life. This is the main thing I want to share.
That's lovely.
Always
Absolutely.
be there.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much, everyone. And that's it for now. And keep watching the space for further exciting stuff coming in. Thank you very much. Cheers then. Khudafis. Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone.